voters in Charleston elected developer and former South Carolina State Representative William Cogswell as its next mayor. I talked one-on-one with City of Charleston Councilman Stephen Bowden about how he wants to work with the mayor-elect for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. City of Charleston Councilman Stephen Bowden, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thanks, Quintin. It's always great to be with you.
Well, I appreciate it greatly. Needless to say, Charleston has elected a new mayor, and that person is a real estate developer and former state representative William Cogswell. He actually earned 51% of the vote in Tuesday's runoff election here in the city of Charleston, defeating the current mayor, John Tecklenburg. In fact, Cogswell said at his victory party, he said this quote, "The people have spoken, and we're ready. We're ready for a new direction." Tell me, Councilman, how do you hope to work with the new mayor-elect with this new direction?
So I agree with them. The voters have spoken. It was a long campaign, and I want to thank everybody who threw their hat into the ring. I know that's a difficult thing to do, and so many of them were putting their heart and soul into it for probably a year plus. But congratulations to Mayor-elect Cogswell. I've expressed that to him. I told him before the election, and I'll reiterate it to anybody who will listen, that I was impressed with the way that he ran his campaign. And once the voters speak, my job is to listen, and I'll be right there. I'll be first in line on to join him on Team Charleston going forward.
As a matter of fact, as you know, his mayoral campaign centered around three key themes, according to WCBD. That is safe communities, smart growth, and sound governance. So how does that look going into 2024 for the city of Charleston?
Well, that's the big question, and that's one that I'm sure he'll be working with Mayor Tecklenburg over the next few weeks, couple months to hammer out as he gets ready to take office. And I was at Mayor Tecklenburg's election party last night and heard him say loud and clear that he is going to work with Mayor-elect Cogswell to make sure that it's a smooth transition for the people of Charleston. And I just can't tell you how refreshing that is to hear. After a long campaign where a lot of things have been said, it's just so important that we recognize what a gift we have in this country, that we get to vote and that we get to peacefully transfer power, even when our preferred candidate doesn't get elected. So like I said, I stand ready to make sure that this mayor gets a productive agenda through council, and that my part of West Ashley fits into that agenda.
What will be the balance of council?
I've long hoped that once the kind of election fever breaks, that we can get back to being all in this together, and I believe that's going to be the case. So the beautiful thing about running in local government is that we get to do it in a nonpartisan fashion, and I believe that's how we are going to govern. The mayor gets elected citywide, and the people spoke, and I believe that we'll all come to the table with that understanding, and work with the mayor-elect as we all navigate what's going to be new for everybody. It's been a long time since we had a new mayor. It was way longer since we had a new mayor before Mayor Tecklenburg got elected. So this is a little bit new for everybody. But I truly believe that everybody's love for Charleston is going to prevail, and that our best days are in front of us.
You talk about the love of Charleston. So what will be the future of Charleston with this new mayor?
Well, I believe that we're going to continue making incredible investments in West Ashley. Just in my little part of West Ashley, we are spending millions and millions of dollars for flood relief to bring necessary changes to people who have suffered for so long, and felt like they weren't being heard. And, I'll continue advocating for that. I know my colleagues in other parts of West Ashley feel the same way about their areas. And so I believe that, with the staff that Mayor Tecklenburg put together, that, with Mayor-elect Cogswell's leadership, business experience as he's touted on the campaign trail, I think we can really merge these worlds, and come up with something special. West Ashley has had a renewed focus over the last 8 years, and I hope that will only continue with the work that the West Ashley Revitalization Commission's been doing, with the work that our stormwater department's been doing, and with some economic development that I intend to work on very, very hard over the next 2 years. I think I mentioned Mayor-elect Cogswell's business experience. I think that could be a real asset to what I'm trying to do out here. Bring some new commercial development, bring some entertainment, some restaurants, some places that we can gather as a community, so we feel like more than just a bedroom community of the peninsula.
And if it's okay with you, I hope to bring you back on Quintin's close-ups in January or February so we can talk about that more in depth, as you know I like to do. But let me ask you, how do you hope the mayor-elect will actually revitalize the West Ashley Revitalization Committee?
So the beautiful thing is we've got the West Ashley plan. I think some things have evolved since the West Ashley plan was put in place, and I think we need to be willing to adapt with that. But we've got the blueprint. We've got a majority of council members who are on our council right now live in West Ashley, and so like I said, the mayor-elect is elected citywide. The people have spoken, and he's entitled to his agenda within reason. And it's all of our jobs to make sure that West Ashley fits into that, and in my mind should be first and foremost. But I hesitate to pit each other, or our areas against one another. We are one city. We're going to sink or swim together. So I'll be interested to hear what the plans are for the perimeter protection around the peninsula that I think everybody agrees is necessary. James Island's got its needs. God knows Johns Island has its needs. All the development going out in Cainhoy, they're gonna have needs as well. So we're gonna have to work together, and we're gonna have to figure out a new paradigm that frankly has got to be better than we have been to one another for the last few months. And that's on me as much as anybody. And I hope my colleagues feel the same way, that we need to approach this new year with a spirit of unity, a renewed sense of purpose, to serve our communities, but serve one another as well.
And this is a silly question, but what is the purpose of the City of Charleston Council?
It's to work hard for people, for our neighbors who work hard every day. I say all the time, people will call me and email me and say, Stephen, I'm sorry to bother you. And I say, no, please don't ever feel sorry about that. Y'all need things, and it is my job to deliver that, but also to make sure that I'm communicating, what I'm hearing in the meetings that I'm in the city council meetings, in the committee meetings, in the meetings with various stakeholders, and make sure that I'm being transparent and honest, delivering what they elected me to do, but also sharing some harsh truths about the situation that we're in sometimes. Everybody would love to be able to wave a magic wand and say, we can correct this problem and correct this problem. Some of those are years of hard work that end up in great outcomes. That I think the Ashley River Crossing is a wonderful example. That is years and years of hard work. People thinking it was dead time and time again, and people coming back to the table with that renewed sense of purpose and making it a reality. So that's what we need. People who are willing to dig in and do the hard work, and view each other as colleagues with the respect that each and every one of us deserve. I truly believe that we are going to deliver a really special 4 years for our community, and what that will build upon for the future. I think is really, really exciting.
City of Charleston Councilman Stephen Bowden. Thank you so much for your time. And again, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thanks, Quintin. Happy Thanksgiving.
Likewise.